Hi guys, Luke here and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review, and today guys I'm reviewing the 85 rated Ultimate Scream SBC Jesus Navas. This card does look pretty awesome and I was able to complete his SBC for in the region of 50,000 coins in the 4 games that I played him. He scored me 5 goals and got me 1 assist, and he's also got a 2-star weak foot as well as 4-star skill moves. Moving along onto him stats, his main standout stats are going to be his 89 shot power, his 87 balance as well as his 85 crossing, and finally his 85 dribbling, and it did also have the artist chemistry style applied to this Jesus Navas card. So for 50,000 coins, this is a pretty awesome SBC. There's only one segment to complete the SBC, so you don't get any packs in return to potentially lower the cost, but obviously there are 2 pack SBCs available in the Ultimate Scream section as well, which are pretty easy to complete and give a couple decent mini packs in return, which is pretty awesome. And I think the Jesus Navas card is quality. I saw the James Milner SBC and I think that's a good card, but like the Schweinsteiger SBC, too expensive, you know what I mean? Like, especially with icon swaps like Ballack and Roy Keane available, that Milner card just, in my opinion, is a bit too expensive. But Jesus Navas looks very reasonably priced, and I have to say, I think he's fantastic. Yes, he's only got a 2-star weak foot, which obviously on paper doesn't look good. Having said that, I did obviously do the Carlos Vela Player of the Month review recently, and I said that the 2-star weak foot was a bit of a downside to the card, and whilst it doesn't look great for Navas at the same time, Jesus Navas plays as a right mid, so therefore the weak foot isn't quite as critical. Obviously, if you're a striker, you're relying on your striker to be good on either foot, and obviously Vela wasn't good on either foot so much, but with Jesus Navas it isn't quite as bad, because first of all his preferred foot is the right foot, which I prefer. As long as the right foot's good, that's pretty decent for me. But also he was playing as a right midfielder, so obviously passing and stuff like that's just as important for him. So actually the weak foot isn't as critical to be as good for the position that he was playing in. So honestly, I actually didn't mind his weak foot being that bad. And to be fair, he also scored me 1 pretty decent goal on the left foot as well, which was pretty awesome. But for me, his first pro will be his finishing. 5 goals in 4 games, fantastic return. A couple of his goals were tap-ins, but some of them were quality finishes, that led on to me winning games and stuff. So again, couldn't fault that. I think the majority of his goals, maybe even all of them, actually came from inside the box, but he was always there to be able to finish off chances. If not, he was always at least forcing goalkeepers to make good saves. So finishing wise, I wasn't expecting this, but he has got good finishing stats. I mean, 96 positioning, 89 shot power, 83 long shots, only 78 finishing, but because his other shooting stats are so good, it actually makes his shooting and finishing overall feel actually pretty decent in game. And obviously 5 goals in the 4 games is a fantastic return. His second pro as well is also going to be his dribbling. 4-star skill, which is fantastic, but also his dribbling stats, like some of the main most standout parts of this card, 86 agility, 87 balance, 85 dribbling. Again, with that artist chem style, a lot of those dribbling stats go into the mid 90s, which is absolutely fantastic as well. And he feels great on the ball. He doesn't feel sluggish. He feels nice and smooth. He's very easy to be able to cut into the centre part of the midfield. He can take on defenders and stuff like that, obviously with his skill moves and his quick reactions and stuff like that. So absolutely fantastic for dribbling. Couldn't fault that whatsoever. His final pro as well will also be his pace, 91 acceleration and 87 sprint speed. He is rapid, and you don't have to worry about him getting tired at all. You can pace the views as much as you want with this card, because he's got 99 stamina, which is fantastic. On that wing position, he's brilliant to be able to just kind of make runs. Players will pass the ball to him, and he can get into a really, really good, he can really take on a lot of fullbacks really, really well. And yeah, it was fantastic the amount of times that I'd be able to get in behind the defense, because he'd make that great run, and then he's got that pace to be able to outpace defenders, so he can get in behind them, make a pass off, have an attempt on goal. It was fantastic. So on the whole, would I recommend doing this SBC? I think certainly if you're running a La Liga team, absolutely yes. There isn't too many good right wingers from La Liga. Obviously there's Dembele and stuff like that, and Lionel Messi, but if you can't afford those, this Jesus Navas card is a fantastic card with really, really good stats. And although he's an untradeable card, I think for like 50,000 coins, and I'm sure there may be even a few people that can do him for less than that, I think he's worth doing. I mean, would I do him as a super sub? I don't know. I mean, obviously I didn't for review purposes, and I will put him into my main team as a super sub. But if you're going out there purposely to initially do him as a super sub, I guess so. I think there's other really good players as well. That Harris that I'm going to be reviewing later on today as well. There was that League Player of the Month SBC. He'd be a fantastic super sub. So I don't know if he'd maybe be, if you couldn't get into your main starting 11, I don't know if I'd necessarily fully recommend having him as a super sub just to sit on your bench. But especially if you have got a La Liga team or a Spanish team, I think he'd be worth doing. I think he's a pretty decent card. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish up this play. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.